Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Make It Monday for this week. Today I'm going to make a pop-up block card. I saw this card made by a demonstrator in America. Her name is Frenchie or Frances Martin. I like her videos, and she's French Canadian, and I always enjoy watching her on YouTube and what she creates. And I just had to have a go at this card because it's a fancy fold and it's really cool, I think. So I've made two sample cards. So this one's using the Abigail Rose suite, and see, it's like that, but it stands up. So, and it then lies flat to go in a regular envelope, and I really like that. I like it when they lie flat and go in a normal envelope. She made one using the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper, so I did one as well. And these are the pearlized enamel effects, these things. I really love them. You get the three colors. You get like grey. I think it's grey. I don't think it's black. Pretty sure it's grey. Oh no, it's black. Sorry, I apologize. It's black. Black, white, and real red for $27 in a pack. I think they're really good, and I really like playing with them. Not so great to use in a class because they do take about 45 minutes to dry. So I wouldn't like my ladies to use it in a class and then put it down and have something put on top of it. But they look like little rhinestones. So and this greeting or sentiment is from Inspired Thoughts. And once again, see, oh, I'll get rid of my post-it note. Won't shine orange then. It's really cool. I love them. Love, love, love. So I will put my phone up into the holder and we can get started. Okay. So these are the cards again, looking down on top of them. So that's the Abigail Rose one, and that's how it stands when it stands up on your sideboard or your cupboard. And this one is the Boughs of Holly one, and once again stands up quite well, and like so, and they lay flat and go in a normal envelope. See, lay perfectly flat. So I shall put those over to one side. I've got everything cut out and ready to go, but I'll just show you what I'm using first. I'll get rid of that. Oh, and of course I didn't find it in the catalogue. I was starting to do that. Anyway, we're using the Season of Chic or Textured Chic suite of products. So let me just find that. If I look up the DSP, I always go to do this and then I get sidetracked and I don't do it. Okay, so it is featured on page, do we have a page? We don't have a page. Page 98 and 99. We do have a page. Okay, so it's featured in the annual catalogue on page 98 and 99. Now, you wouldn't necessarily think that this is a Christmas stamp set, but it does have snowflakes, and I know we don't have snowflakes here in Australia, but it's got snowflakes, and I'll show you the dies this way. So many dies. So it's got snowflakes, it's got flowers, and it's got seashells and these leaves and a swoosh and a splodge, splodgy stamps. And these are the dies, and they're really fascinating dies. I really like them. So here's the snowflakes here. And there's some little ones. I guess that cuts out a snowflake too. But it didn't go over that die, so I'll have to investigate that one. And this is the stamp set. So it's really nice, and the paper, you can't tell from this paper, from the picture here, and I have cut into my paper something severe. The paper is specialty paper, and it's got gold foil in it, Now this one has got seashells on the back of it. It's very pretty. This one's got just like a grungy evening evergreen soft succulent. That could be used for a masculine card quite easily. What's this one got? Let me find a better one. What's this one got? Oh, that's the grungy one. And this is the one we're going to use. And it's got snowflakes. So I'm not actually using the side with the gold foil. And this one's really pretty. And it's got leaves. This one's got the flowers. That's the seashell one. So it's really nice paper, and it's just a little bit different. So when I had a close look at the paper, I thought, we could do Christmas with that. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm also going to use this real red and white glimmer paper. That is in the mini catalogue. And I believe it's in, go to the index. Page 9. Yes, I thought it was the Candy Cane Suite. So it's 6 by 6, and it's the real red glimmer. I haven't highlighted it, that I've got it now. It's $8.75, and you get 8 single-sided sheets, 4 of each colour. So that's quite handy for Christmas time. And $8.75 to do some special cards with. So we're going to use that, and we're also going to use the layering circle dies, which are great to have in your craft supplies. So I have actually gone ahead and cut things out ahead to save time. And I'll get the promotions. And all these dimensions will be on my blog after I finish the video. So I've cut a few snowflakes out with that white glimmer paper. So we'll move those. I've cut more than I need. And I've cut circles out for my sentiment. So we'll do those later. So we're going to start with our base. And our base is 8 inches by 4 1/4. And it's scored at 1 1/4 inches and 2 1/2 inches. So all these measurements, as I said, will be on my blog when I'm finished the video and I upload it to YouTube. So you do need to make sure to make your score lines crease them really, really well. So and that gives you your card base. Okay, and all of these pieces came out of one sheet of A4. Then you have a piece 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and it's scored at 1 inch, 2 1/4 inches, and 3 1/4. The next piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, scored at 3/4, 2 inches, and 2 3/4. So then the next one, you can see how they're stepping down each time, is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inches, scored at 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, and 2 1/4. And our last little one is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inches, scored at 1/4, 1 1/2, and 1 3/4. All these measurements will be on my blog. So let's construct our card, and then we'll work on the designer series paper. So you get your first one, your biggest one. So you work from the biggest down. Let me put one here so you can see. I'll make sure you can see that. Not quite. I'm going to bring it down a bit. Okay, so you work from your biggest down. So you've got your first one. That's the 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And you make sure your score lines are really well creased. Okay, I am going to use glue. You could use Stamp and Seal, but I prefer glue. So I've just got to think. No. So you put your glue on this one and the smallest piece. And then you pinch this score line here, fold it over, line it, like center it on your card base and press that down. And then with your bone folder, come back in and really give it a good press. Okay, so that's number 1 done. Number 2, get your score lines well creased. Like so. And once again, you put your glue on this outside one and the skinnier one, okay? And pinch that score line, fold it over, pop it here and center it on that panel. I'm just making sure. I'm doing this on Sunday evening, so I'm just making sure. I've got the shadow with my light, and that's something I haven't dealt with before, so I'm just wanting to make sure I get this right. Yes, that's looking right. You get your third piece and you go over your score lines. And once again, glue on this end piece and this end piece and pinch that middle score line and butt it up to, I just need to do it this way so I can see a bit better because that shadow is not helping me, and press it down. I'll do it on the side. Okay. Oh, that might just have to hold that down a little bit more. And our final little one, this one's really teeny, this score line, but fold it over and give it a good score. There we go. And once again, you put glue on the 2 end pieces. But this time round, you're going to spin it, and the smallest scored piece is going to go in. And there's your other crease line to fold, and you're going to go in like so, and press down. So it comes together quite easily once you've got things cut and scored. So we'll just let that sit there for a minute and make sure we've got it secured. Oh, nope, he needs to stay a bit longer. You do have the wiggle room with the Tombow glue that you don't have with the Stamp and Seal or the Seal Plus, and that's why I do prefer the glue, because it just gives you that little bit of scope to move if you need to. Okay, I'm just going to mop up a little bit of glue that's spurted out because we don't want that. Now let's just open back up our card, just carefully because the glue's still quite damp. Okay, that's looking like it's getting secured now. I'm trying to wipe up some glue and I've got some tissue in there. So there you go, there you have your card base. How easy, it's not that hard. It looks so hard, but it's not. So that's your card base constructed. So let's put that to one side and we'll get our DSP. So your DSP is 4 1/8 of an inch and 5 5/8. Now we do need to cut this as we go, because if you had like a scenery piece of DSP, you have to cut it in strips and keep the strips in order. But I would do that with any DSP that you have. So you need 5 strips of 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. So it's already 4 1/8. So you just need 5 strips of 1 1/8 of an inch. So we'll do that now, and I will keep them in order. So 1 1/8. I thought I've got to show you some of the cutting and scoring. Or cutting, maybe, not the scoring. But you can always go back and rewatch the video if you want to make the card. But as I said, all the dimensions will be up on my blog Monday evening. Okay, so I'm keeping them all in order. Now, of course, that's going to be too long for this. So once again, the first one, let me bring it over here. Whoops. Okay, the first one, what did I do with it? This one is going to go here. So we don't need to cut that. The second one, we need to take a quarter of an inch off the top and bottom. So that's the top. And that's the bottom. And that keeps any corresponding paper. See, that's going to keep that snowflake matching up. Any design, that's the word I'm trying to find. The third panel, you're going to take 1/2 inch off, top and bottom. So I do have a few people over in the States that I like to watch. And so that's going to line up with that one. And that will fit there. The next one, you take 3/4 of an inch off the top and bottom. And that, if you did have like a scenic piece of paper with a scene going along it, this keeps the scene's continuity going. And that's going to go there. And the last one, you take off 1 inch, top and bottom. But it's easier to cut it the way we did, and then just cut each panel down. Okay, I'll get rid of my trimmer. And we'll bring our card base back in. And you can see that they all work. Now we just need to attach those. So I've got all my little offcuts over here of the paper, which I am going to discard. I don't need to keep little tiny pieces like that. I know some people do, but I don't. Okay, so where's my little silicone sheet? Not that I really need it, but I'll bring it in anyway. So I'm going to put glue on the first panel. So where's our sample card? Bring our sample card back in so you can see how it's going together. And it's got a little border all the way around. Okay, I'm just pressing that down gently. And then the next panel, just going to put that there. Make sure I've got my little border nice and even. And I think I shall get my tissue. I'll have to make a note that when I do this at night to move my lamp across so I don't get that shadow. I have trouble with videos in the morning in my craft room because I have the sun coming in. And obviously at night I've got the shadow of my lamp. But that's okay. We can work around these things. Okay, so this one goes here, and I'm just going to line that up and get my tissue to wipe up any glue that might have spurted out. I try not to be heavy-handed with my glue, but sometimes it just seems to happen. So as I said, I know we don't have snowflakes in Australia at Christmas time, but sometimes you just got to work with the paper that you've got, and snowflakes are pretty. So that's really nice to have pretty snowflakes. Oh, and then this one is the last one. Oh, for goodness sakes, get up. Oh, I see, it's sticking down on some previous glue. Silly moi. Okay. I just want to line that up a bit better. And once again, with the glue, you have that moment to just tweak it into place. There we go. So that's our card base constructed with a bit of tissue there. No, you're not allowed there. Get off. Where's a pokey tool? Here it is. There we go. Oh, I hope my head wasn't coming in then. Okay, so I'm going to do similar to this one. This one I just put it down here and put a flower there, but I'm thinking I'll do this. And then I've got these little, I'll put them on my silicone mat if they don't get stuck. I've got adhesive sheet on the back. For delicate dies like the snowflakes, I do use adhesive sheet because I do find it's easier to manage. So I have cut quite a few out, but I don't think I'll use all of them. Okay. So let's get our sentiment stamp first. Let's get our sentiment happening. Now, I thought I'd use All Is Merry and Bright. It fits in the circle really nice. It's a change from 'Tis the Season. I seem to go for that one all the time. Okay. Now I want a bigger block when I think about it. So I hope everyone had a nice weekend. We had a nice weekend. It was beautiful weather today, Sunday especially. Even though this is my Makeup Monday. Okay. So let me grab my little circle. And this is Evening Evergreen ink. And I'll try not to bring my head in. I'll go round. Once again, I'm dealing with the shadows. Well, that's not too bad considering. I'll get rid of that. And I'll put that up there so I don't... Now, something I always do with the darker inks is I do that because sometimes I attach it and then I wipe my hand over it and then I get cross. I get very cross. So I'm not going to pop this up because there's enough going on with the thickness of it, being all the folds, and you might have to pay extra in postage when you post the card. So I'm just going to do this flat. There we go. And I think I shall pop it there. So let's just place things first. Now I'm just realised adhesive sheet on these stars, snowflakes I mean, the bigger ones is not going to work because they're going to hang over. So that's a bit silly, isn't it? But that's okay. We can work with the smaller ones. I can put that one there. I'll keep my bigger ones for another day. Don't have to use the big ones on this. Or would it be better to go little, big, little, big, little? it's just a conundrum. I could put that one there. I'll have to keep my big ones for another project. That's okay. I can work with that. Okay, so let's put adhesive on half, or not even half, of our sentiment panel. I'll pop it there. No, I want that over a bit more. I don't want it right on the edge. There we go. And we'll start taking the adhesive backing off our snowflakes. Although that one looks like it's already starting to come off. So we're starting another week. I honestly wonder where these weeks go. And we have a new king for our Commonwealth country. That's pretty amazing, and all that's going on with the history of everything. Because most people have only ever known Queen Elizabeth, like myself. I'm going to pop that one down here. The adhesive sheets are definitely an advantage with snowflakes, I find. Okay. And except I've got to try and get it off. That's the other thing that's a bit problematic. Sorry about this. It's just proving a bit tricky. I think the adhesive sheet's already off that one. It is. Silly. How silly. No wonder it wouldn't come off for me. Okay. Now, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is something why I don't like adhesive sheet. I have so much trouble getting the backing off. But it is very worthwhile with the snowflakes. There we go. Once you get it started, it's okay. And we'll just get those little pieces out. Get out. There we go. I might put that one there. I hope my head's not coming in. Oh, we've got 2 more little ones. So just bear with me while I get this backing off. I'm glad I had them all cut out though. That saved a bit of time. There we go. And we'll put this one up here. But you can see that the big ones are definitely too big for this style of card, so we won't go with that. Use them on something else. And I think some iridescent rhinestones might look really pretty on this too. Just making sure they stick down. Oh, I think I'll put it up in the sky. Well, not really the sky. Okay, so that's that. Make sure they're all stuck down. See how it's coming together? Love it. And let's have a look. Iridescent rhinestones. Or iridescent pearls. Let's have a look at the rhinestones. It's got a lot of bling happening with the I think the pearls. I'm going to put those away and I'm going to use the pearls. Now, they're in the annual catalogue. They're $13.25. So I shall put one here on our sentiment. And we can put one down here. Could put one here. I might do 5. Why not? Let's just bling it up. Okay, I'll put another one up on the sentiment. And where will I put this one? I might put it up here. There we go. Now, I haven't cut out a backing piece for this as yet. With these two cards, because I did it on white and vanilla, I've just put a strip of the paper across the bottom, and that's where you'd write your message to people. You could also stamp another sentiment, perhaps. This one, I will put a backing piece of white cardstock and maybe a piece of this DSP as well. But how cool is that? I just think it's such a cool little card and really effective, and it stands up on your bench or your sideboard for Christmas, and well, not just for Christmas, for birthdays. Move my snowflakes that I'm going to put on something else over there. So there you go. So they're my pop-up box card. No, pop-up block card. My 3 pop-up block cards. I think they're really cool. I hope you enjoyed that. And as I said, I will put all the instructions on my blog, so you can just link across to my blog and find the instructions on how to do that. Now let me just tell you, we still have the weekly deals going. So this is the second week. They will change again on the 15th of September. So make sure you log into the online store and have a look at some weekly deals that are happening. That's all current stock that's on sale. We also still have the Perfect Partners promotion going. So there's 6 stamp sets, the apple blossoms, the fresh cut flowers, this little piggy or this birthday piggy, trimming the tree, Waterfall Canyon, and Yeti to Party. They all have matching dies for the month of September. So those stamp sets are in the annual or mini catalogue, but they now have dies to match them. The dies are only available until the end of September. And once again, don't forget about World Card Making Day on the 1st of October. Stamping Up have a free online event for demonstrators and customers. You can register for that. So go to the online store and Google, search how to register for it. They suggest that you have one of these bundles to craft along with. So the Abigail Rose Suite, the Cottage Wreaths in the mini catalogue, and this Warm Welcome one is a new release one, and it's $89. So if you want that one, on the online store, it'll have the item number and everything. If you purchase one of these bundles, or if you purchase all 3, you will get 1 free pack of iridescent pearls, what we just used. So that's nice. I've got the Abigail Rose one, so that's the one I'm going to craft along with. And I think that's everything. So the sentiment we used on this card was from the Brightest Glow in the mini catalogue. So this is my host code for September. If you shop online with me and place an order over $50, I will send out a little gift to you in the mail, just to say thank you. So I hope you enjoyed that, ladies, and I hope you have a go at making one. It's called the Pop-Up Block Card. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.